Welcome to Chromecast. Check it out. I'm Sam Major, Commercial Director of Krome Technologies. I'm joined once again by my business partner, Mr. Rupert Mills.
Hi, Sam.
Hi. So, slightly different tangent on today's topic. We often talk about best practices and things going right and how to do the right thing. And this is a little bit opposite. It's kind of what do we do as things invariably will go wrong in IT.
Yeah, absolutely. We have that a lot, and it's the ability to react quickly. So the various different things we keep around in the office and are ready to react when a customer phones up and goes, this has gone wrong.
Which does happen.
Or we've got to do this by tomorrow.
That's
next week.
That's some of the stuff we're talking about, and I'm probably referencing the small miniature model of the moon that's next to me.
Yeah.
But the Starlink, and obviously we're making some quite good use of these recently for exactly that. We need to do this quickly, and as we know, and we've talked about comms on the podcast before, we all use comms. We know the lead time doesn't usually mesh with what we're trying to achieve, or our customers are trying to achieve when they're trying to move quickly. So these sort of things are very useful in a pinch, as well as where, and we do this around the world, Mr. Mills, but we've got customers where comms aren't brilliant.
Yeah.
Then again, these are proven to be very good in a pinch.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a customer down in the south of France who's notoriously had problems with their comms, and we put one of those in as their backup comms, just as an example, and it's providing a good alternative in the event that their main link goes down. But it's the ability to react quickly, and I think that's one of the things that, as an organisation, we keep a lot of things in stock that maybe a lot of our customers don't know about. So we have spare storage arrays, spare servers, desktops, laptops, that sort of stuff, the usual computing equipment, but things like firewalls, or that's our lone Starlink device that we have. If somebody needs an emergency comms link set up or whatever, we've historically done that with 5G routers, that sort of thing prior to that, and then getting that out to wherever they may be. So we've had customers phone up and say, we need this running in Paris by the end of next week, or
we need this storage array in Dubai tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was some years ago, but we had a customer who was opening a new office in Dubai and then realised that they had a problem with the storage array out there and they weren't going to be able to get everything running. And we put a guy on a plane with a storage array as his luggage. He flew with a little tiny rucksack with his pants in and a storage array as his main suitcase, and off he went to Dubai. But that's the sort of thing that we've done a number of times. But we keep all that sort of stuff around in the warehouse to make sure that in the event of needing to react quickly to something, we generally can for customers. Yeah,
and I think, and speaking candidly and openly, we're not allowed to show it because it's a bit retro looking, but things like the old aircon unit we have, I mean, that's a bit of a monster unit and probably difficult to bring into shot, but it's not unusual. Things like aircon, these are the things that kind of can and will go wrong, right? And it's having the ability to put that on a vehicle and drive that to wherever someone may be, set it up and start cooling these things down before they become problematic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all of that data center stuff where we can react quickly and help if a customer gets in touch and says so. I mean, with the sort of the internet connectivity side of things, we'll do a demo of that at the end for anybody that wants to see, and how quick and easy it is to set up. But from the perspective of being able to react quickly, as you say, getting stuff out, the air conditioning unit that we keep isn't your sort of standard home portable air conditioning unit.
No, it's not.
It's sort of 5 foot tall, massive, great thing that you would rent from a hire company to put into your comms area if you have a problem, and we've got those in stock. We've put diesel generators on site for customers. We've room UPS systems. We design those a lot for people. So you need to do this. Most people will say, actually, it's all in the cloud now, and we've got this sorted out, and that helps to a large extent. But then what do you do when your internet connection goes down? And that's coming back to keeping firewalls, keeping routers, that sort of stuff around, keeping Starlinks around, 5G. I mean, we've got 3 or 4 5G dongles 5G routers in the office, because there's a difference between that and a dongle. But we've got 3 or 4 5G routers around that we keep just to, we need to get somebody online now.
Yeah, I guess it's augmented. It comes part of your BCP plan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's trying to plan for everything. There's so many variables, kind of where do you stop? And I guess we kind of enter at that point of, we didn't go that far potentially, what can you do? And spinning up quickly and reacting quickly is kind of key, and I think it is good to talk about, because I don't think people realise we don't necessarily promote it as much as we should, but keeping this sort of thing in stock with the engineering capability to deploy it, set it up and make things work again.
Yeah.
I can't even count the amount of times we've been called on to do it, but it's certainly helped a few people many a time.
Yeah, I mean, we've got customers who keep hot packs with us, basically. So in the event of, we've talked about the difference between BCP and DR is, okay, how do I get my IT systems back up and running? Business continuity is how's the business keep working? And we've got customers who keep hot packs with us that in the event of their office being completely unreachable, they can send their reception staff and 3 or 4 other key team members or whatever to work from here and to operate as if they're still up and running. And keep their office running that way. So we do provide that sort of service as well. It's all those bolt-ons that are outside of your standard IT service that we thought we'd mention today.
Interesting. That's really focusing, I guess, on the physical side. Something's broken, something's gone wrong, we can't access. We clearly have to deal with not the virtual element, but some of the stuff you can't see, ransomware and all that sort of stuff is another element of where we have to kind of spring to action and react quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about things like when a ransomware attack happens, if you're trying to recover your data, that's why we keep spare storage arrays and things like that around. So, okay, you've had a ransomware attack, you want to try and recover that piece of data, but you also need to rebuild your business and get it up and running as quickly as possible. So a few times we've had customers phone in and say, okay, I've got this going on, right, okay, or prospective customers, and say, okay, I've got this going on, can you help? Yes. Put that to one side, unplug it from everything because you need it disconnected from the entire network.
Indeed,
you don't want to bring things back, but put that over there and we'll try and recover it, but let's get the business back up and running and do this. Or we can spin them into Azure or AWS, being partners with both of those, or various other scenarios we can do there, into our data center or whatever it might be. But having the spare hardware, the spare equipment, as well as the people, makes a big difference. So we're able to react quickly and service customers that way.
Yeah, I think that's key as well. Is having stuff's great, but you'll have the capability to logistically move it with someone that knows what they're doing, and then a support team that can help them if they're in the field configuring some of this stuff, albeit some of it, and we'll probably jump into the big dinner plate at some point soon. It's relatively simple. I think that's kind of the beauty of what this does, and we'll go through. We'll pop outside a bit so it can see sky. But how quick it is. Which surprised me, how quick it is to actually plug it together, to get it connected, and then the speeds that it's doing are far better than actually
DSL or something
it actually quite impressed me. So I think it's.
I mean, one of these is really simple to set up. You literally need this, which is your router. Connect it up to the power supply. This. Connect that to the dish. Plug in a power cable.
Bit of power.
And we can take that outside and show you, but that essentially is
that's it.
We do set it up. That's a wireless network.
Yep.
On the back of that, we've got another interface so we can plug it into one of these, a firewall or something like that, and get a properly protected connection. But to get it spun up and running in a hurry, it's that simple.
Cool. We should probably, by the video magic, appear outside in a minute and plug this thing in and see if we can find a connection.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So here we are outside where it needs to be to actually work, and we're going to do the obligatory quick unboxing.
Yeah,
absolutely. So shall we?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay.
So, instructions, really simple instructions. Look, you can see that. That's all they give you as instructions. There's an app on your phone.
It's literally that simple.
But that's it. Let's put that back on there.
Let's put that one back.
Pop it over there, yeah.
Lovely.
So you've got a stand, the Starlink router you saw inside earlier, Starlink power supply, and some cables. So, as earlier, mains cable goes in the Starlink power supply. Colour coded it nicely, white and grey. So, white cable in the back of there. White cable in the back of the Starlink router. That's a dedicated Starlink router. This is the first gen, so it has an Ethernet port on the back of it. The later gens don't have an Ethernet port, but you can buy one as an optional extra.
Interesting.
Yep, so put that back in.
And then we have an awful lot of cable.
The big long grey cable, pull that out.
We'll do. It's almost as someone packed that really well recently.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So you can pass me one end of it, and that goes in the power supply. He says dropping the router in the power supply like that. And then I'll take this off the table. And the dish needs to come out. Dish clips into it, like that. There's your dish, and we'll pop it over there. Okay, so Starlink set up, it's outside. You open the Starlink app, it will go and find itself.
Why did you stand back then? Should I feel like...
Well, it should in a
Okay.
second. Point itself at the sky, wake up.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep, it's finding that Starlink is online. There we go, it can see the sky. So I will grab my screen for this just to... Here we go, Starlink is online. Let's do a speed test. There we go. We're getting 75, 78, 82 meg download speed with 34 milliseconds latency. So
not bad.
that's how long it took to set up. I'm connected to the wireless network. It's 22, 23 meg upload. You can get up to about 200 meg download, but there you go. And
Brilliant.
it can be plugged into a network, but it took that long to set up.
Brilliant.
It'll move itself around, it'll follow the satellites, and then when you're finished, you can pack it away, and that's that done. That easy.
But that's why it is super convenient if you have, I mean, that took minutes,
Yeah.
but very convenient, very easy. Very cool piece of kit. Cool. Well, thank you, Rupert.
Welcome.
And thank you for joining us on this edition of Chromecast. Check it out. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if there's anything you'd like us to cover in future episodes, leave that in the comments section below. Check it out.